What's going on, everybody? It's your observant lineman here, Uche Nwaneri, and my goodness. This has gone from embarrassingly bad to pathetically, embarrassingly, horrifically bad for Team USA. What the heck is going on? This is something that I think many people are completely dumbfounded by right now, because we have not witnessed a Team USA Olympic basketball team come out with such mediocre play, with such obviously underwhelming effort, and with an inability to actually adapt to the rules that the International Basketball Association has. And things have just gone from bad to worse. I remember when people were saying, oh, it's just Nigeria. I remember when people were saying, it's just Australia. Well, now France. Now we have France to add to the list of teams that have stepped up and smacked down what is supposed to be the greatest collective group of basketball players that America has to offer. We know that's not true. But here we have an article with ESPN after this shocking loss to France in the Olympics for Team USA. My God. Team USA falls to France at Tokyo Games, the first Olympic men's basketball loss since 2004. We ain't lost in 17 years. Saitama, Japan. Team USA's invincibility in men's basketball is long gone, and the journey to a fourth consecutive gold medal is already fraught with adversity. France gut punched the Americans with a brilliant finish for an 83-76 victory to open the Tokyo Olympics on Sunday. It snapped a 25-game Olympic winning streak dating back to 2004 for Team USA. So we're talking about now that the exhibition games are over, the ones that don't count, even though we still embarrassingly lost to, I won't say embarrassingly lost to my parents' home country of Nigeria, because that team played well and they went head to head with Team USA and beat their ass. And then you have Australia, which also came in, exhibition game as it was. They got the win against the Americans. But now in a game that actually matters, this team, oh my goodness, this team allowed, and we'll get to it because they're probably going to talk about it in this article, but there were some things that went down in this game that you would just think to yourself, what are these cats doing? How are they allowing this to happen? But let's continue. The final blow came when Evan Fournier drilled a three-pointer with a minute to play to give the French the lead for good, completing their comeback after the U.S. had an 8-point lead with 4 minutes left to play. Yes, they had an 8-point lead with 4 minutes left to play, and the Team USA basketball, or the American basketball team, these guys allowed for France to go on a 14-0 run to end the game. My goodness. It was the biggest of his 28 points and one of the finest games he has played in his career. It was followed by an incredible possession in which the Americans managed to get 5 shots off and miss them all. The final 3 were wide open 3-point attempts by Zach LaVine, Kevin Durant, and Jrue Holiday. I got to lead the team because I know these guys, Fournier said. It's a hell of a win. Our country is going to be extremely proud, but it's just one game, to be honest. If there was a moment in this game that best encapsulated the situation between these two teams, it came in the end when French calmly shook the Americans' hands and left the floor with the same business-as-usual demeanor Fournier displayed. 2 years ago, at the World Cup in China, France celebrated wildly after beating a much less talented Team USA. There's nothing to be surprised about, Team USA coach Greg Popovich said before launching into what has become his go-to statement after losses. When you lose a game, you're not surprised. You're disappointed, but I don't understand the word surprise. That sort of disses the French team, so to speak, as if we're supposed to beat them by 30 or something. That's a hell of a team. Yes, you are supposed to beat them by 30. A hell of a team for any team on any other country is subpar in America. American basketball, Team USA, the shit that we created. The Dream Team. The Dream Team Part 2 with Kobe Bryant. Then you had a team with LeBron James. It was close to a dream team, but it was still a damn good team. Surprised? Yes, we are. Because you're supposed to beat the shit out of these bums. Period. Maybe it's because the NBA's just become too damn soft and these bums aren't being allowed to run through the middle of the damn lane without being touched and pick up whistles all day long. No touch fouls ain't even getting called in this. They're letting these cats play bully ball. It's physical in these games and the Americans can't handle it. That's what it boils down to. They cannot handle physical play and all they're doing is shooting three-pointers and missing them. Like, this is crazy to me. Come on, when you really sit here and think about it for a second, it don't matter what players are on other teams for other countries. We still got the numbers, and we should still have the talent to overwhelm every team we play. Wow. That's a hell of a team. I don't give a damn if they are a hell of a team. They should get crushed. Period. The French won the bronze at the World Cup, but their talent does not compare to that of the Americans, and it does not explain how a U.S. team built for scoring and shooting went an unexplainable 4.5 minutes without a basket down the stretch. Fatigue was a factor. That's an excuse. 3 players didn't get to the team hotel till 1 a.m. on game day, an unusual set of circumstances, but one of them, Drew Holiday, was masterful in the fourth quarter as he scored 12 of his 18 points and contributed several other energy plays to help the U.S. build a lead. Yeah, the guy who won the championship went out there and kept playing some damn basketball. That's a weird notion. The Americans then had a host of stars to lean on, such as Durant, Jason Tatum, and Damian Lillard. But they failed as the French ran an execution clinic. Popovich seemed irritated by media questions about the upset, as has been his custom. Yeah, Popovich, you need to fucking get these guys in line, Popovich. You need to get their ass in line, Popovich. Stop playing this soft kid glove shit and get their ass in line, because now you're making the country look really bad. No, we look really bad. But it's about to get worse. Shit, they might not damn near medal in this shit if we keep fucking around. He has overseen losses in 5 of the past 8 games. He has coached for the national team dating back to 2019. There were some who admitted the loss was a disappointment, however. I think we have a history of dominance and maybe not always blowing people out, but we have a history of winning. And it's not often that you see Team USA go out there and lose, especially to start, said Lillard, who shot just 3 for 10 and had 2 critical turnovers late in the game. Well, you're part of the reason there, Dame. And I love your skill. I love your work ethic when you're in Portland. But damn, come on, brother. We need you. Shoot. I think that's why a lot of people will make it seem like the end of the world. But our job as professionals and this team and representing our country at the Olympics, we've got to do what's necessary, and we still can accomplish what we came here to accomplish. See, I have a little bit of an issue with how he's framing this loss. I mean, look, maybe it's because there's, I don't want to speculate. Let me just say this. There's a certain level of, I guess we call it pride, that we have in what we do in America in sports compared to other countries. That's like if all these other countries started developing football and then we had football in the Olympics. Well, we all know who would be expected to dominate in football. Even if you give these other countries 20, 30, 40 years to learn, assimilate to, and become masterful with the sport, they should still never, in their wildest dreams, be able to compete with the kind of talent that we have in the United States. And that's how this is in basketball. It doesn't matter that these teams have become very much better, and they have. And I give all credit to any country in the Olympics playing basketball, because it's changed for a lot of these teams over the last 10, 12, 15 years, because they've had a number of players who go to the NBA and then come back and then share that knowledge and help elevate the game, whether it be the players or the staff. They work with the NBA and they learn more about the game. So I get that. But it does not matter. The master is the master. And especially when you have the just completely homegrown, talent that you have in American basketball players. There are these people who are, from the moment they're able to walk, they got a basketball in their hand and all they're doing is hooping. That is the American sport that we should dominate no matter how good other countries get. Wow. Popovich said he'd been thinking about this rematch for 2 years and daily since the game was drawn in February, but he never figured out how to slow down Fournier, as he repeatedly got free for open looks on the perimeter. Even Holiday, who was brilliant in the NBA Finals, helping the Bucks clinch the title Tuesday, couldn't stem the tide. French coach Vincent Collet also outmaneuvered Popovich by deploying a super big lineup in the second half by playing 7-footers Rudy Gobert and Vincent Poirier together. So these cats, oh man. So they had Rudy Gobert over there. So, like I said, you got these foreign NBA players who go back, play for their countries, and they're giving them an edge. The length against a much smaller American lineup zippered shut driving and passing lanes after going to the double big man lineup after the French fell behind by 10 early in the third quarter. Team USA scored just 29 points in the last 18 minutes. Every team has to do what fits their personnel, Popovich explained. And with our team having our two big guys, Draymond Green and Bam Adebayo, out there, gives us a lot of pace, makes us move well, and works best for the combination of people we have. Still, thanks to Holiday, Team USA was in position to win. 2 years ago, when the score was 74-67 in the fourth quarter in China, the French closed with a 22-5 run to keep the U.S. out of medal contention. On Sunday, Team USA once again led with 74-67 in the fourth quarter, and France finished on a 16-2 run, punctuated by Fournier's three-point dagger in the final minute. Durant played perhaps the worst game of his storied Olympic career, getting in foul trouble and shooting just 4 for 12. Golly. I think maybe this cat is a little bit overrated when it comes to being in a position of leadership. We all know he's a big-time scorer. But truly, as a leader, he does not have what it takes. And he's displayed that not only in the Olympics here, but also in the NBA playoffs. I think that he is a guy who you get the ball to score, but he is not the guy that you ask to lift the play of his teammates, because he cannot do that. He cannot do that. We can see that. His early fouls came when he defended Gobert on switches, forcing him from the floor after he'd had a hot start and scored 7 points in the opening minutes. He ended up fouling out in just 21 minutes. Clearly he can't play defense. The Americans will now likely have to win their final two pool play games against Iran and Czech Republic to advance to the medal round. They could technically advance on scoring margin if they lose yet another game. However, we're just trying too hard to do the right thing, Lillard said, instead of just being who we are, the best players in the NBA. I don't know, guys. I'll tell you one thing. This was terrible to see. This is what the score was with 3 minutes and 19 seconds left. Up 7. And the article said up 8. These cats ended up not even scoring until, it was 10 seconds left. They got the same score. I couldn't believe it. This is ridiculous. You telling me that these players couldn't put 2 points on the board in 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes? Good God almighty. They ain't these guys. They're not these guys. We know that. They're not these guys. Will the Team USA will the men's basketball team actually get a medal in these Olympics? Let me know your thoughts. Leave your comments down below. Hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the Observant Lineman, Uche Nwaneri. Appreciate you guys very much for checking this out. I'm going to keep an eye on this Team USA basketball situation, but it's not looking good. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.